Welcome to the new video in the series of Complete Guide to Roam in Android. And in this video, we will complete the stats to show on the home screen that how many students are in our record and how many subjects in the record. So we need to show the complete count of both items. And this UI is already completed. You can get the initial code of this video from the video description below. So now let's start with this. Now let's start with the implementation of getting counts of the students. So in our data layer, in DAOs, here we have student DAO. Here we create another method, total items, which returns integer. Count static from students, and same for subject DAO. Suspend function get total items. From subjects, and to get the stats we create a repository here in our data layer. We will name it as home repository, and in this we will have these two items in the constructor. And here we create a method which would be a suspend function, get stats, which return home stats model, and we get the total students. From student DAO get total items and total subjects, total item, and we need to return this home stat model. We haven't created it yet, so we will create it here in our models package. Name it as home stats. This would be a data class which have two parameters, total students and total subjects. Now we go back to home repository, and here first import this and also return this home stats, total students. Actually, then total subjects. Okay, and a return from here. And in our home view model, we need the instance of this home repository. So here we create the instance. So how we create the instance? Actually, we need to go to our Roam demo app application class, and in here create a variable home repository, and also create the instance in here. App database student DAO and app database subject DAO. And now we will get the instance from this Roam demo app class. And in here we will create a method named as fetchStats. Wrap it in view model score, and define the dispatcher IO, and in here we get the home stats. And now we will update this home stat object in the UI state of this screen. But right now, as we haven't, so all new UI state. So at this point, as we haven't created the UI state for this screen, so let's first create the UI state for this one. So create a new file, which will be a data class home UI state home stats, and by default this will be empty. So in our home view model here we create a first data member which will be UI state, home UI state. Actually immutable, we need to use mutable state flow here, and expose the immutable region of this. Okay, and now we will update this UI state dot value dot copy and stats is equal to home stat. Let's remove this extra s from here and here also. So update our UI state, and now we need to present these stats in our UI at this respective component. So in our home screen, first we collect the UI state. So UI state collect as state with life cycle. Press Alt Enter again to get the get value extension function, and now pass this UI state in this home content. And in home content we create the parameter, define the parameter here UI state, and use this in our UI. Let's say in the students container here we show the count, and same goes for this subjects component. Okay, and we also need to provide the default value here, so we will create the UI state remember home UI state and pass this in this home content component. And okay, we are good at this point. We have defined the repositories, and we need to also call the fetch stats. So in our init block, actually we need to refresh these stats whenever user lands on this screen. Whether, let's say, when user is on this screen, do some entry and come back, then we also need to refresh these counts. So we will make this fetch stats a public method, and in our home screen here we will use a method lifecycle resume effect, and in here we will call this method fetch stats. Okay, so now let's run and verify this. Okay, so right now we have 3 subjects and 3 students. Let's open this. We have 3 students here, and usually subjects are more than students. Let's see, are we doing any mistake in home repository? Here we are getting subjects, total subjects. Okay, this data is correct, and in our home content total students, and here is a mistake. We need to use show total subjects here. So now let's run and verify. Okay, so now we have the correct count. So let's add a student here. press save. Now we have 4 students here, and if we come back, and here 4 students are reflected here. If we go to subjects, here we have 5 subjects. So let's add another subjects. Let's say computer graphics. Save, and now we have 6. If we come back, then their total number of counts have been updated. So I hope this would be a meaningful information for you. So thank you for watching. Bye.